Hey everybody, and welcome back to another One of Everything Wednesdays. I am your host, MrBevers. That's right, we're back again with the continuation of Forbes Hobbies, located in Cambridge, Ontario. There should be a link below in the description to their, I believe, their Facebook page. I don't believe they actually have a website, but they do have a Facebook page. You can go check them out. We opened up 8 packs last week. We're going to open up these 8 this week. We've got Shadows over Innistrad, Oath of the Gatewatch, Dragons of Tarkir, Born of the Gods, Theros, Dragon's Maze, Gatecrash, and Return to Ravnica. So, you know, everyone's on that Ravnica hype train right now, so let's get right in and see what we find with these ones. Maybe we'll find some cool stuff in the second Ravnica block that was printed, right? Because the first Ravnica was Ravnica City of Guilds, and then Guild Pack and Dissension. And then the second one was Return to Ravnica, right? And then now we're in the third Return to Ravnica. Or we're in the Return to Ravnica, I think is what they call it, right? So anyway, Shadows over Innistrad. I didn't count the commons or anything like that, so you can end up with an additional flip card or a foil with these packs if you only have 8 commons. So when you're opening up these packs, if you only find 8 commons, it generally means you have a foil or an additional flip card. We had a Moonlight Hunt, a Compelling Deterrence, Rise from the Tides, and our rare is a Deccan Stone. That's a pretty good card. I like this card quite a bit. It actually is still very versatile, especially in today's climate with all of the token decks that are going to be cropping up due to the new Ravnica sets. So what this does is it exiles target creature and all other creatures it controls with the same name if that player investigates for each non-token creature exiled this way. So if you exile, you know, actual creatures, they get clues that they can then sack to draw cards. But if you exile like a centaur token or an elf 2/2 token or something like that, all of those tokens just go and they get nothing, and it costs you 2 mana. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice in that aspect. And then of course we did get our flip card here, and our flip card is a Daring Sleuth. And did we get an extra? We didn't get an extra, so no extra there. Speaking of clues, there's a clue. Got ourselves a clue. Oath of the Gatewatch is next. Who thinks that we're going to see an expedition out of this one random pack? I doubt it, but you never know, right? You never know. We did get a waste, though. There you go, nice. It's a nice little thing to add to the patron pile. We got a Submerged Boneyard. We got a Relentless Hunter. We got a Void Shatter. And, ooh, a nice mythic. Linvala, the Preserver. All right. That's pretty spicy. And I don't think we got a foil here, but we did get a full art land, so we'll put that there. So no expedition out of the random pack. Sorry, everybody. But we did hit a nice mythic, though. Take it. I'll take it. It'll go in the patron pile for sure. Dragons of Tarkir is next. What are we going to see here? I don't even remember what's in this set. That would be interesting to pull for patrons. Learn from the past. Lightning Berserker. Dramoka's Monument, or Dramoka Monument, I should say, and Pitless Horde. Well, a little 5/3 zombie for 5, or not even a zombie, just an Orc Berserker. Orc Berserker. I should probably read the card before I say things about it. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 2 life, but it has dash, so you can basically put it back into your hand. So for 4 mana, you can dash it out and swing, and it goes back so that you don't lose the 2 life. Or for 3 mana, you can just have a 5/3 that just gives you 2 damage every turn, or you lose 2 life, I should say. We got a foil, Dramoka Monument. How about that? And then just an island and a Jin Monk token. All right, Born of the Gamble is next. Good old Born of the Gamble. You either get nothing or you get the gods, right? That's how this set was. You either get the gods or you go home broke. Sky Reaping. Forlorn Sudama, my goodness. Archetype of Finality, and Tromocratus. Good old 8/8 giant friggin' Kraken guy. So has hexproof as long as it's attacking or blocking. It can't be blocked unless all creatures defending player controls block it. My goodness. And then we got our first ad token. And a good old forest. Alright, Theros is next. So what we want out of here is like Thoughtseize, right? Thoughtseize or like foil Thoughtseize. Something along those lines. That'd be pretty sweet. Ordeal of Heliod. Centaur Battlemaster. Cutthroat Maneuver. And, alright, we got a god. There it is. Heliod, god of the sun. Not like the highest end god out of the gods you could get, but it's still a god. I'll take it. I'll take it. Who doesn't like a mythic? And we did get a foil. It's not a foil Thoughtseize though. But we did get a foil chosen by Heliod. It's funny that we got Heliod and then chosen by Heliod in the same pack. And just a junk token. Alright, Dragon's Maze. What do we want to see here? Dragon's Maze, we want to see a Shockland in the land slot. And what? A Voice of Resurgence? I guess that's like the top end card. We could also see like what? A Wear and Tear out of the uncommon slot. I think Wear and Tear is like over $1. Carnage Gladiator. Armed and Dangerous. We'll flip it this way so that you can actually read it. Give and Take. Another sideways card. Something interesting to note is that the sideways cards in Dragon's Maze you could fuse. It has fuse at the bottom there, right? That you could play both halves, right? And then you had the split cards that happened in like Amonkhet Hour of Dev, which had like the aftermath. So it's like you play the first part, and then once it's in the graveyard, you could exile it to play the second part. The new split cards that are coming from the new Ravnica and the new Ravnica Allegiances, you can't play both halves. You can only play one of the two halves. So it's like a true split card, like back from what split cards used to be. And our rare is a Sire of Insanity, which is actually a pretty cool card. This card's actually a lot of fun to play with. If you've never played with Sire of Insanity before, I recommend checking it out and seeing what kind of crazy decks you can build around it. So it's like at the beginning of each step, or each end step, each player discards his or her hand. So you could play like decks that have things like, you know, Magrim or Liliana's Crest, things like that. And we just got a Boros Guild gate, unfortunately, in the land slot. But like, so you play things where it's like when they discard, it matters, right? And then you play other cards that make them like fill up their hand again, so then they have to discard them all again with Sire, right? So, all right, Gate Crash. We could open up a Shockland or a foil Shockland. That'd be pretty cool. Vizkopa Confessor. Righteous Charge. Truefire Paladin. And Frontline Medic as our rare. My goodness. Not the top end thing. Ooze token and a forest. But Frontline Medic definitely saw a lot of play back in the day when this set was in Standard. It definitely saw quite a bit of play because it was a 3/3 for 3, which is already just good as it is. And then it has a battalion thing, which is like when it attacks with at least 2 other creatures you control are indestructible for the end of the turn. And then you can sacrifice it and counter target spell with X in its mana cost unless its controller pays 3. So, like, alright. We've got Return to Ravnica here. We can see what? Sphinx's Rev out of here. Is that the one that was in this set? I think it was. Fall of the Gavel, or we could see Shocklands, right? Gobbling Ooze, Rakdos Rage Mutt, and an Archon of the Triumvirate. Oh my goodness, I'm butchering that, and I apologize. But anyway, it's a 4/5 flyer for 7. 5 in a white-blue. And, whenever it attacks, detain up to 2 target non-land permanents your opponent's control. And we got a sweet Rhino token. And just a little mountain. So, you know, we opened up some pretty sweet stuff, actually, for our patrons. We hit 2 mythics, both of them being white. We hit 2 foils. We hit a waste. We hit a Full Art Island. We hit a Deccan Stone, which is a pretty sweet card. And, I mean, Sire of Insanity and Frontline Medic are both pretty decent cards. So, I mean, I'll take them. Anyway, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Again, this was One of Everything series with Forbes Hobbies. Thanks for tuning in. And as always, may your pulls ever be better.